Let's call the meeting of the Board of Adjustments for July to order, and please call roll.
Curtis Claybaugh.
Here.
Charity Campfield.
Here.
Linda Burt.
Here.
Michael O'Donnell.
Here.
Aaron LeBlanc.
Here.
Justin Brown.
Here.
Chair, you have a quorum.
Thank you. All right, our first item of business is the approval of minutes. Now we have three items of minutes. We're going to start with May 21st, 2026, and then press forward. With that, I would open it up for any questions, comments, corrections to the minutes, or move for a motion.
So moved. I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? All right, with that, the May 21st, 2026 Board of Adjustments minutes are approved. Next, we'll move to June 18th, 2026. Same items. If anyone has any comments or corrections, or the chair will entertain a motion.
So moved.
I second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All right, with that, the June 18th, 2026 meeting minutes are approved. And lastly, June 25th, 2026. The chair will open the floor for comment or another motion.
So moved.
Second.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed? All right, with that, the June 25th, 2026 Board of Adjustments meeting minutes are approved. Staff, can we please read item A into the record?
Item A, request PUDC-26-144, conditional use request for entertainment, amusement, recreation, other within the CB zone. It's located at 1734 Meadowland Drive. The agent is John Haynes and the case planner is Morgan Dennis.
Thank you. Please proceed.
Morgan Dennis, Planning and Development. This is a conditional use request for entertainment, amusement, and recreation other at 1734 Meadow Lane Drive. This parcel is located in the Community Business Zone District. Surrounding zoning is community business and high-density residential. The future land use map designates this area as mixed-use commercial. This designation promotes the development of retail, office, light industrial, and live work designed as an activity center. The proposed use is a historical horse racing / gaming parlor with food and bar service. The site currently has an existing structure. There is a site plan submitted for the property and it will need to meet the CB design standards. The operating characteristics will be complementary to the area. Business hours and number of trips are expected to not cause significant impact to the area. There are no expected visible or audible impacts to the property. With this, staff recommends approval. I stand for questions.
Thank you. With that, the chair will open it up for any questions for staff. Okay, seeing none, we'll ask if a representative from the applicant is here to speak on this item. Oh, please come up to the microphone. What I'm going to do is swear you in. There we go. Okay, please state your name and your address.
Hi, Mark Schlang with Bally's Corporation. Address is 5995 River Road in Lake Charles, Louisiana.
Okay, and do you swear to tell the truth and the whole truth in the matter before the Board of Adjustments today?
I do.
All right, please proceed.
Thank you for this opportunity. You have our application. Really here to answer any questions you might have. It's very excited to be here and promote this project for Bally's Corporation. It's going to be our first integration into the market here and in the community, and just looking forward to working with staff and bringing this to market as soon as possible.
Thank you, sir. I'll ask the board any questions for the applicant. Okay, thank you, sir.
Welcome. Thank you.
All right, and with that, is there anyone else here to speak on this item?
Good evening. I'm John Johnson. I live at 1917 Rustic Court in Casper, Wyoming.
Okay, and I'll swear you in. Do you swear to tell the truth and the whole truth in the matter before the Board of Adjustments this evening?
Yes.
All right, please proceed.
So anyway, I'm the building owner, one of the building owners. We're 1734 partners or properties. And so I just would hope you would find this a favorable use. We put the old Chicago in that building back in 2006 and operated it for 8 years. And then it was purchased by corporate from us. So we think this is a great use for that property.
Okay, thank you. Any questions for the individual? All right, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, would anyone else like to speak on this item? Okay, seeing no further comment, we'll go ahead and close public comment, and we'll open it up for either further discussion from the board or a motion. Yeah, please go ahead.
Mr. Chair, while I appreciate and acknowledge the efforts of the staff and their recommendation of approval, after careful consideration of the record before the board, I'm unable to make all of the findings required under Unified Development Code Section 2.2.4D for conditional use approval. Accordingly, I move that conditional use permit PUDC 26-144 for entertainment, amusement, recreation, other at 1734 Meadowland Drive be denied. First, with respect to criterion 1, compatibility with the character of the surrounding area in terms of building scale, form landscape, and site design, the staff report focuses primarily on the existing building and the site improvements and concludes that the application complies with this criterion. However, the proposed change from a restaurant to a gaming-oriented establishment use materially alters the functional character of the site, particularly given its immediate adjacency to the HR high-density residential district to the east. The record relies largely on a 10-foot landscape buffer to address the adjacency without demonstrating that such buffering is sufficient in practice to mitigate the impacts of a regional gaming operation and on nearby multifamily and single-family residents. On this basis, I find that criteria 1 is not fully satisfied. Second, under criteria 2, addressing operating characteristics such as hours of operation, visible and audible impacts, and traffic patterns, the staff report asserts that there will be no significant changes in traffic and that hours will be similar to other businesses in the area. These statements are conclusory and are not supported by objective data such as defined hours of operation, trip generation estimates, or professional traffic or noise analysis. Given the nature of gaming facilities, which commonly involve extended hours and regional patronage, the absence of such evidence prevents me from finding that the operating characteristics of this conditional use are demonstrably complementary to the surrounding mixed commercial and residential context. Therefore, criterion 2 cannot be found to be met. Third, regarding criterion 4, which requires that the specific application of the use to the site meet or exceed the standards of the applicable zoning district. The staff report indicates that the property will be brought into closer compliance with CB community business design standards and landscaping requirements at a future site plan stage, and notes that certain elements such as street trees are not proposed due to a site distance limitations. Conditional use approval must rest on present compliance with applicable standards, not on speculative future improvements that may or may not fully address existing deficiencies. The reliance on later site plan review and the explicit waiver of a certain CB design expectations on this constrained site lead me to conclude that criterion 4 is not satisfied. Fourth, with respect to criteria 5 and 6, the application must support the intent applicability of the CB district and not compromise adjacent zoning districts, and must be consistent with applicable long-range plans. Although Plan Cheyenne designates the area as mixed-use commercial and the CB district contemplates retail and service uses, the staff report simply notes that this entertainment use will attract patrons from all over the community and does not meaningfully evaluate whether a regional gaming at this particular residential adjacent location advances the qualitative character objectives for mixed-use commercial activity centers or adequately protects the intent of the adjoining HR residential district. In the absence of that analysis, I cannot make the required findings under criteria 5 and 6. Finally, with respect to criterion 8, which concerns whether site-specific conditions are sufficient to prevent potential harm to the public health, safety, or general welfare, the staff report concludes that there are no anticipated impacts and proposes no conditions tailored to the use or location, such as limitations of hours of operation, requirements for security or nuisance mitigation, or enhanced buffering standards. Given the proximity to high-density residential uses and the inherent potential for late-night activity and associated impacts from a gaming facility, I find that the absence of meaningful site-specific conditions renders criterion 8 satisfied or unsatisfied. Based on these findings and the record before the board, I conclude that the applicant has not demonstrated compliance with all of the review criteria in UDC Section 2.2.4D. Therefore, I respectfully move that the Board of Adjustment deny conditional use permit PUDC 26-144.
Second.
Thank you. Further comments from the board?
Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
Just a procedural matter. This motion is brought as a motion to deny, which is not exactly our normal way of proceeding. We usually have a positive motion and vote it up or down. I just want to make clear to the board that a yes vote, an aye vote, is to deny. A no vote is to approve. So it's kind of backwards.
Thank you. Thank you for that clarity. So that way we're all on the same page. Okay. So we currently have a motion and a second. Staff, please call roll.
Michael O'Donnell,
Aye.
Dustin Brown,
Yes.
Linda Burt,
Yes.
Aaron LeBlanc,
Yes.
Charity Campfield,
Yes.
Curtis Claybon.
Yes.
Chair, the motion passes.
Okay. Thank you. All right. With that, we will move to other business and staff announcements.
The only staff announcement we have is that we do have a meeting next August.
Thank you.
August 20th.
You had an opportunity to make a presentation. No substantive presentation was made. That's something you should have addressed earlier, sooner. And public comment, including your comments, were closed. And the board motioned and voted, discussed, motioned and voted.
Okay. With that, confirming we have a meeting in August, correct? Okay. With that, we will adjourn the Board of Adjustments meeting.